All right. So we are live. So I'm very excited, everyone, to actually see you joining in. So we will be actually waiting for a few more minutes here as everyone joins in. All excited to have Mayur ji today on our show here with Inspiring Innovators Talk. So hi, this is Kirtan here. I'm the founder of College Innovators, and let me tell you a bit about this particular show, like why we actually started this. When we were having discussions with our team said right now our team is growing, our community is growing, we are adding a huge lot of value to the people, but we also see that as a nation today, so there are a lot of problems we are actually going through, and many people are actually losing out on a lot of different challenges, like for example like unemployment, underemployment. People are not finding out how to skill themselves, how they can actually take their journey to the next level. So a lot of challenges are happening, and I see this. People go for engineering today, have finished their career, and they don't know how is that I can actually go and get a job right now, because we are in a pandemic situation. Wherever you go, ask for a job, you are not getting the job. If you see the situation of MBA people, it's the same situation. BCom, BBM. So right now I see that the youths are actually getting in a very huge situation where clarity is not there, right? So we thought, why don't we actually bring the veteran innovators, people who are already have done something really significantly well in the society, who are really adding value, so that people actually start seeing this particular thing as that, rather than me being a problem to myself right now, let me see people who are already becoming problem solver, who are becoming innovators, who are adding value to the marketplace. How are they actually building their career and taking it to the next level? So this is actually an effort to actually bring in the inspiration in our community, bring in the innovation culture in the community, and also to bring in the impact in people's life, right? So these are the three I as a main objective of this particular show to get started. So I'm all excited here, Mayurji, to actually welcome you for this particular show. I can see people joining.
Thank you, Kirtan.
Yes. Type it down, guys. Where are you joining in from? Just type it down. Where are you joining in from, so that we also know that where are you guys joining in from. I can see people already making it happen. So just type it down. Where are you guys joining in from? Type it down. Where are you guys joining in from? That would be great. In that journey, I would be very interested to know. So specifically, so Mayurji, how did it all started? Like, you are a successful chartered accountant now. You are a blockchain innovator, consultant, and also have built a lot of things. Like, how did this journey? Can you actually give us a flashback to your journey and story?
Oh, great. Thanks for, first of all, I'd like to congratulate the way you are taking these sessions, and it's very need of the hour to guide the youngsters, the budding entrepreneurs to know of the journey. There are various shades of such type of journey, and happy to share a few of the glimpse of those journey, definitely. It all started in actually a little bit of flashback, as you say, in class 7, I may say very precisely. In class 7, I just visited Mumbai, and in Mumbai city there is a very big business area, that is Nariman Point. And at Nariman Point, my uncle used to work at 21st story. I visited his cabin and really appreciate the way he was working. Someone, he is ordering some few things to his staff members, and that office was located in front of Vidhan Sabha of the government of Maharashtra. So I was very fascinated and just asked my uncle, what you do? Why people just obey your decision and such instructions so obediently? Who are you? He said me, I'm a chartered accountant. What
Mm.
is your chartered accountant? So I thought, sir, I just tell him, I even want only this degree. So
Mm.
this is something love at first sight, you may say. Okay. So
Okay.
I was not aware of what is chartered accountant, but I made the decision to be a CA in class 7 itself.
Mm.
So people were quite at in year 1991. It was not something that everyone was aware of this degree also. Okay, but fortunately, I made the mind, and the journey started. I did well in 10th. I was a merit in 12th. So I moved back to Mumbai, and in Mumbai I just completed my graduation also, and from chartered accountancy also. Since this is the whole story, there are various different shades of this story. Definitely, working and experiencing a chartered account in Mumbai itself was a very adventurous journey. Traveling daily, walking 8 kilometers, and standing in the Mumbai local trains for more than 4 to 5 hours. I think on a daily basis for more than 4.5 years. It was something. It has made me very tough and strong. I'll just add those words here.
Fantastic,
Yeah, Ketan.
fantastic, fantastic. So before we actually get into your blockchain journey, I still want to explore a bit about your chartered accountant journey today. The reason is because many people consider chartered accountant very difficult because very few people actually get in there, prepare for a lot of years and pass in various different types of exams and stuff like that. And today many people use specifically they quit on it, like because see because I have couple of people in my relatives and in the area in the vicinity. So the thing is that what I actually see is that like they are 30, 35, still not cleared couple of exams, they're still not clear about like is my future is secured or safe, they're still in that particular
Okay.
dilemma. Like what is your suggestion to that? Like should they keep on working on exam or should they take up some other jobs along with that? People say that no job, only focused in one area. Like what is your opinion for such people, those of you who are actually coming in from that, or people who aspire to take CA as a career? Could be like, over to you.
No, at this junction, I definitely like to add there is more hype on this difficulty of the chartered accountant. It's
Hmm.
not that difficult, in fact. At my position, I sometimes think that a medical student needs to read lot many big number of high volume books. How you just remember those type of contents and the typical technical jargons. It's so difficult. But it is not the case with the CA. The problem in chartered accountancy is that we need to have the internship or the practical training parallel to the pursuing of the course, and there is some difficult time management, other things. Overall, the course is like any other degree, it should be at par. Only the thing is the hype is more.
Hmm.
Hype is more, and that constraint has been made by the parents also, that this is very difficult, and they just take
True.
so. I have seen the parents are taking so much care of their children that my baby and baba is doing chartered accountancy, he should not be given any task, no homework, no household work. I tell me, why you're just trying to create so much hype of the C is normal degree. So that normalization is very much required. Otherwise, it's okay. Definitely, it is more accountable. The best part of a chartered accountancy, I should be pompous to say that the course is always keep on changing.
Hmm.
It is not something that we are studying old 10 years back syllabus. It is current course, current syllabus. That is the best part about chartered accountancy, that everything is on real time. The government makes a law and the institute adopts that changes in our syllabus. Okay, that's the perfect. And we are on the real time at the uh, point zero, actually, always that okay, we are part of nation building. APJ Abdul Kalam, our late respected honorable president, once says we are part of nation building, a CA. So I really am happy to be that part of that journey.
Fantastic, fantastic. Absolutely true, right? So because every individual profession that whatever we are taking forward, so has that. And one thing I really loved when it, since I have seen my relatives actually getting into that, is something they call it as articleship, right? So they go work in that journey of exams. Like they have not qualified as CA, but in that journey of they becoming CA, they go and work under another CA who is practicing, who is working with real-time companies, who is doing real-time things. But the thing is that I see this particular one thing somewhere it's actually missed out in engineering, because today we see that's happening
Ah.
in medical, where junior doctors, senior doctors will be there parallelly to the medical education. We will be having something. But when it comes to engineering, we are not seeing that culture happening, right? Specifically, like how they practically can actually learn. And that is where we actually came up with this something called as college innovators, to actually have a college for innovators inside every engineering college. That's exactly how we are actually moving forward
Great, great.
and working forward with various different students and various different people as well. So it's
No,
very
no, you are really, you are, I like to interpret, you are really fulfilling that gap of practical requirement. Many times such practical discussion are more important than theoretical content. Definitely.
absolutely,
Good.
absolutely. And this is something as an effort that what we are trying to put in forward, to bring in the practitioners into this particular community so that they get the insight. Because otherwise, what will happen, as you rightly said, the society has created a conditioning to us that everything is hyped up. Like for example, you say IAS, IPS, CA, all is like like I cannot reach that kind of a category, right? When we bring in real time people who have done that, right, and when people learn from them, when they get that perspective, that vision, it's absolutely a different journey altogether. So I'm very very privileged and honored to have you in this particular show. So I see lot of excitement coming from the whole community. So I can see a lot of people joining in from Mangalore, Tiptur, so from different parts of Karnataka, different parts of Maharashtra, different parts of Andhra as well, Kerala, Kadapa, Tumkur, so Adway, fantastic. So people are actually joining in from different cities in different places. So thank you so much for everyone for joining in, and I hope that this particular show is going to actually add in a lot of value as we move forward in this particular journey. Fantastic. So Mayurji, so right now, so you actually, so when we were having the discussion other time also, you said about something very important, which is something about pivoting, right? So like, so having a successful CA career, right? So you also actually made an effort to solve another big problem. Like before I want to actually get into blockchain innovator, I want to know like how, like you being in completely in financial sector or in managing sector, so how did you develop your interest in technology? Or is that a problem came first or a technology came first? So how did that journey started?
A great question, actually. I really appreciate that question because, see, as a basically, I'm a chartered accountant, so definitely there are n number of segments. A typical chartered accountant is used for practicing and doing the audit and tax compliance or tax planning at the most. From the but day one, I moved from Mumbai to Nagpur. But in this city, I just make this commitment to myself that everything is possible from any of the location. That location may be a very small town, it doesn't matter because it is very technologically we are connected so easily that from the far off location you can do any of the thing you can just envisage among. So we started experimenting in various new segments. I'm happy to share that during this my 18 years of chartered accountancy, I really experimented in very different domain which were not practiced earlier in even my firm where I'm a right now a partner. We 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 worked in BSNL, we worked in Western Coalfields, we work in railways, airports audit, insurance company, and some government big projects and other things. As a professional ethics, I can't share the names of those assignments, but literally speaking, we enjoyed it, such experimentation. And that experimental approach is very much required in any of the field. Unless and until you are innovative in your own field, it is then a monotonous, a boring field otherwise just doing the whole same number crunching. A field should be something that I add a value addition to my society. Unless and until I add value addition to my society, and CA is something, a chartered accountant something where there are n number of stakeholders involved. Society, government, bureaucracy, finance, RBI, shareholders, the end client. So stakeholder list is very big. If with the help of a chartered accountant he is not performing well and he is not giving the proper results and he is not performing as per his skill professionally, so you can just note n number of cases coming that because of this there are so big repercussions happening. So
Hmm.
there is that innovation and that validation need to be done, and really enjoyed that addition and innovation, and little bit started developing keen interest in this technology. But I am also a system auditor, by the way. So that system auditor, that keenness to understand the technology, how the technology will ultimately, technology is something it can't replace human being, but it will make everything happen in a better way. Otherwise, people are always fighting with technology. There are
Absolutely.
in Coimbatore, you may be having big cotton ginning pressing industry or spinning mills. See, so there was earlier a ginning factory of cotton ginning factory in a single ginning factory. 15 years down the line, 400, 500 employees used to be work. Now only 5 to 10 people work in three times of the earlier capacity. That mechanization you cannot replace, but how you can add value to the whole existing system, that is very important.
Fantastic, fantastic. So that's really, really amazing to actually hear your journey of seeing technology as a possibility, and then you shifting yourself saying that that could actually solve the problem, that can add the value addition to the society, then that's absolutely okay. So specifically, I want to actually ask yourself that in the journey you have done multiple things, right? So you said that you had the experience of doing multiple things. Like how much important it is to actually explore, and you also use the word, because that I see as a very important core of an innovator, which is actually experiment, right? Nothing is actually crystallized unless and until you experiment. You will not understand this is the only way, right? And you explored various domains in that particular domain, and also you actually started learning where age does not matter. You are still learning, you are still growing. So could you actually share some light upon that for the current age youths, because they say only one focus? Like, what is your perspective on that?
Yes, it's a very important question for all the entrepreneurs. In fact, I'll just say, whenever you passed our qualification, be engineer, doctor, CA, or any profession or diploma also holder, we always see from the day one that we need to earn. Okay, from day one, but we never invest in ourselves.
Hmm.
What is investing in ourselves? We have to explore things. We have to attend seminars. We have to attend sessions. We have to attend conferences. I'd like to share you that in this whole 18 years of journey, I attended more than 500 sessions and conferences at various locations. Even one of the few of the locations and conferences were not at all in my domain.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
even attended conferences with respect to electronics. I attended conference with respect to construction sector, some ghazal mahfil and such type. Any. See, these are something, unless and until you explore such type of events, your ideology or your vision doesn't change. An engineer needs to change his vision also. And how he will change his vision? Unless and until he will interact with lot many people, he will understand what the society is requiring, what the society is looking for, where is the demand. You cannot build the vision.
True.
So one should invest. This attending the session of yours is investment overall.
True.
Okay, I'm investing. Why? I'm getting few questions from you, and this is investment. So everyone needs to do such type of investment. Unfortunately, but fortunately, because of the COVID, people are investing, have started investing in themselves.
Hmm.
But this should have been a quite earlier procedure.
Hmm.
Okay, so we should attend more conferences unless until we incorporate with and explore it. Just experiment with, try to do, take some risk. Okay, some collaborative risk can be done. Some
True.
experiment. Startup is something very, we'll definitely move on that journey also. But this is collaborative risk we need to take to understand a person in here. I have seen people doing a job where no one is inclined to do the job
Hmm.
just for the sake of punishment or just sake for earning something they are doing, but from inner side they are not satisfied. That satisfaction need to be converted into passion.
Hmm.
Then only your mission is accomplished.
Fantastic, fantastic. So in your journey again, so I'm getting a lot of golden nuggets here for people who are actually just watching here. So you said investment on yourself. So attending 500 sessions. So getting yourself opened up for a bigger vision. Otherwise, like, you will be in the cocoon, right? Only when you actually explore various dimensions of life, that is when that exploration, the experimentation is a very important nature of an innovator. The exploration is another very important nature of an innovator. And also I understood that, so innovator is a lifelong learner, so which means that having a dedication to learn and invest on a day-to-day basis, it does not matter. Like, as you said, if you are like field specific, you will be only one way, right? So tunnel vision, right? You will not be having a broad vision, right? So that is really, really a great perspective, so which you have actually put forward. So in the journey, I want to also say to the audience, those of you who are here, if you have already loving this, I would suggest you to share it with your friends so that even they get inspired. So much of great things are happening. It's not just the negative things that what we watch on social media. So just share this particular thing with as many people as possible, so that could add a lot more value in this particular journey as well.
Yeah,
And
Kirtan, I'd like to interrupt here.
yeah,
The
yeah, sure.
negative thing which you just shared, see our media and social media and all the newspaper, everything. 90% of news is negative.
True.
Still remember again APJ Abdul Kalam sir verdict that our newspaper are carrying the negative message in our society.
Hmm.
Okay, that positivity is missing, and that positive we need should be a creator of that.
True, true, true. Absolutely, absolutely. And that's exactly what we believe, right? So, because if we want to change the nation, so it is just like that, it will not possible. It's individual making is India in making. So, if individuals are actually built up, then India will be just happen, right? So, and that's the beauty. When every individual here, you too can make a difference right now, as we are actually putting this, because ultimately, what is that what we have right now? Actually, it's not the house, it's not the car, it's not what we actually own right now. what we own is this moment right now, and that's the greatest asset we all have right now. Those of you are watching right now, you are also having this moment as a great moment. So make sure that this moment is worthwhile sharing with other people as well. So that's going to be super duper awesome as we move forward. So if you have any questions, so kindly put out in the comment box here or in the community, so that I will be asking that questions at the end from Mayurji. So now Mayurji, so my next question to you, right? So because here I want to actually get lot more things to the whole community as well as exploring your journey, right? So we already learned, so experimenting, exploring, and being a lifelong learner, three important things is very very important as an innovator. So in this journey I also want to know a couple more things about, so you actually starting this blockchain technology, you started learning that, you started experimenting, exploring all these things, but like how when did you actually come to know about the idea, right? So of creating this blockchain with a platform, like I need to actually create this as a platform, I need to take this as a POC, I need to take it as an MVP, right? So I need to launch this into the marketplace, like, because this is what the usual thing, no, the people are like, you're already settled, why you need to actually explore something
Mhm.
more? Like, what was that drive? I want to know the drive first, and I also want to know, like, how did you do that? Yeah.
The journey started actually way back in 2015. I am actually a founder member of Amravati Management Association, where we have developed a platform for entrepreneurship building and promoting entrepreneurship and skill development amongst the business fraternity.
Hmm.
So, as a chartered accountant, I even joined that organization as a founder member, and we started networking with business people, like-minded people, and started sharing such type of sessions, knowledge-giving session and platforms, and started attending those sessions and conferences. Later on, I connected to Thai chapter. I'm
Hmm.
a charter member of Thai network. So through a Thai Nagpur chapter, and wherein we also started attending meeting conferences at Nagpur and Pune and Mumbai and Delhi. Also, we attended many of the ThaiCon events. Earlier I said you should attend the conferences and meetings. And just in the last year in the Thai Mumbai, I was the witness of the Narayan Murthy sir and Ratan Tata
Wow.
meeting at the ThaiCon Mumbai event. So such type of events give a lot of motivational power to you. So
True.
fortunately, I'm just suddenly it came to mind. That's why I shared. So it happened in the year 2019 when one of the Thai event at Pune we attended. I'm fortunate. See, it is very much important, Kirtan, here to know in which company you are.
Hmm.
Okay, the way your company, the way you are to start thinking. Okay, it is always said in even ki दोस्तों की संगत आपको अच्छा बुरा दोनों कर सकती है. That is very important saying in Hindi, but it is also very applicable in all professional and personal practice also. I am fortunate that my friend Samit Singhai and we are on the very same page. We started thinking and attending conferences event at Pune, and one fine day, there was a session going for some digital marketing, and another class there was session going on blockchain.
Hmm.
We started thinking, what is blockchain?
Hmm.
So we thought, yeah, whether we should attend this blockchain session, but we have come for digital marketing. So we asked the professor who was taking the digital marketing session, and we were not aware that he's taking the digital marketing session. And we asked him, sir, we are not interested in attending the digital marketing session. Can we attend blockchain? We are not aware that he is himself the professor for that session. So he said, and I shall appreciate his word at that. See, he said to us that जो आपका दिल कहता है वो करिए and follow your heart. So we said, that, okay, our heart is saying that we should attend blockchain. And suddenly we started sitting in blockchain session. And we attended one important session by Uday Kothari. He was a mentor there for blockchain. And suddenly it was the big encounter with one of the very futuristic technology coming and spreading its wings, and we just were awe okay, how much power that technology is having. And we are not aware, we are just aware of the Bitcoin, and
Hmm.
Bitcoin is very small component of that blockchain world. But every now and then we are just cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, we are only thinking that blockchain is having only that much coverage. Suddenly that meeting changed the whole perception about the technology, and such type of encounter happened on that day.
Fantastic, fantastic. So I got two more golden nuggets now in this journey. One thing what you shared is about networking, right? So meeting new people. You never know what kind of partnerships will happen, what kind of ventures will happen, how you will be together investing in the future, what kind of opportunities, new opportunities could actually open up. Because this is what the saying I remember from my mentor, right? So once you actually reach certain stages in your life, it's not just about what you know, it's about who you know. So how can you actually know more people that could actually lead it to a completely different level? So which means I got another innovator nature is you need to be a networker, right? You need to network and meet lot more people, and that is where life changing things starts happening. And one more golden nugget as a final thing, what you said about the blockchain is you need to have a mentor. It does not matter what age you are, right? So anytime you feel like I want to learn a new thing, find out a person who have already done something in that area, right? So somebody who have actually been there, done that, so that you can actually get the experience from that person, so that you do not need to invest so many years in that journey and get it forward. Fantastic. So you are already adding so much value to the community. Thank you so much, Mayurji, in making this particular things happen. It's fantastic. So now, specifically right now, if you have to go much more deeper down on that
Yeah, yeah.
specific platform creation, so
Yeah,
how did that happen?
I will share. I will share it. No issue.
Yeah.
So we just came to know all this big thing in the blockchain, but we thought better we should do the course on this blockchain.
Hmm.
Unless and until we do the course and practically understand the theoretical and technical aspect, it should be just an hype we are creating our inside.
Hmm.
So me and my friend both of just enrolled with the blockchain executive program at IMT Ghaziabad in
Hmm.
collaboration with Upgrad.
Hmm.
A big payment of more than 1,25,000 I made upfront for
Hmm.
this course enrollment.
Hmm.
And even my wife, she's also chartered accountant. She questioned me, why such type of big payment? You're a settled chartered accountant. What you're getting, going to get from learning this blockchain? I told her that I am curious enough to know this technology,
Hmm.
and unless until I pay it, I won't have that value for even that course. that I that Unfortunately, we started zooming this session after COVID. Everyone is aware of the Zoom,
Hmm.
but we started the Zoom platform in the month of December itself
Hmm.
because of this blockchain e-learning platform.
Hmm. Hmm.
Fortunately, started on e-learning, and in these 7 months we studied the blockchain. I'm also a blockchain professional consultant, duly qualified from IMT Ghaziabad. This 5 months we all studied this blockchain, and the same way in the same journey, at the time of project submission and the caption project and the assignments, like a student, we used to attend the classes not as a chartered accountant, just like a regular student, like the K12 students or K5 student are attending today classes, but more sincere enough.
Hmm.
Even we friend amongst us tell us that यार हमने दोनों ने इंजीनियरिंग और सीए में जितना पढ़ाई नहीं किया है, so much we are studying in this for blockchain. And people used to say, what you are doing for morning, you are attending the sessions every now and then. And at that moment we got the idea of this startup
Wow.
during one of our project submission.
Wow.
We got this concept. I'll definitely share that journey too, but overall this was something, an effort made very committedly that we should learn from for blockchain. And all the Google site, all number of sites we used to attend, see lot many YouTube videos and grab the all technological terms, various phases, various meaning. It was very interesting, we enjoyed it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Right. So right now, one more thing that what I actually learned from your journey in this is that, as your wife also said that, right, which is never to settle, right? Keep growing to the next level. So that is also a very important nature of an innovator. You need to be a growth hacker. You need to be growing yourself to the next level. That is the sixth golden nugget I actually got from your side. That, like, so, and also you actually made that particular investment, and many people actually only see the investment, they do not see ROI of that, what it can actually bring in the future, not only to yourself, but your investment could literally change many people's life because of the product or solution that what you are going to bring in. So can we actually value that? Probably we cannot actually value that, right? So that's a great things forward in that particular direction. So could you actually share about like how your platform could actually support people? Specifically, I know for sure it's in edutech field. So could you actually share a bit about how it is actually serving or supporting? So how did you created your POC, MVP, how you are moving forward, and what is your vision for that?
Okay, great. So coming back to the exact solutions we are building, before that, we have started our concept of startup. We some or other way, me and my friend Samit, we thought that something we are going to build.
Hmm.
Since we are enrolled for this blockchain, we have to make something out of this blockchain. We
Hmm.
are not going to sit idle. Okay. So that curiosity was always in mind. So we started understanding where the application of this technology can be made. So
Hmm.
first of all, we started on the KYC aspect, the identity aspect, and other segment, the will drafting on the blockchain platforms. Such are the various types of things we envisage. Okay, whether that can be done, supply chain on the blockchain. But since I am also from the finance sector, and he is also one as very good entrepreneur, we resonated that, see, identity and cyber fraud is a very big issue is happening in India,
Hmm.
and credential is very big. You will be surprised to know the statistic that 23% of employees lie on education front at the time of recruitment.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. And 40% of cyber frauds are happening because of identity and credential theft.
Hmm.
So we thought, why don't we should enter this segment? So
Hmm.
we started interviewing, doing PMR for all the banks, nationalized bank, cooperative banks. We interacted with all the state universities of Maharashtra. We
Hmm.
interact with all the examination board university heads of Maharashtra. So that interaction made us realize that okay, the identity and credential management is very important thing which was overlooked, taken it casually, and it is some one of the prominent reason for this digital and identity theft, a
Hmm.
credential theft.
Hmm.
So that was the striking point, and I should appreciate that at this junction also we find out few very interesting, very motivating and inspiring mentors. Our mentor, Mr. Pankaj Thakkar, he brought out that thing from of us. He know that we can do everything. We can take extra effort, but even such mentors are also required in your life.
Hmm.
So we find out the problem. See, in a startup journey, first of all, very important is identification of problem, not the solution.
True.
People are always crazy to bring out the solution, but they miss that whether that solution is very well required or not,
Hmm.
whether there is demand for that solution or whether there is any ask for that solution. So fortunately, we got the problem. We know that there is a problem. Let's move for the solution building on this blockchain. So this was all about how we started building a platform for credential on this blockchain. I will share much more details in the later
Fantastic,
part.
fantastic, fantastic. So now I know for sure there are very young, budding youths who are actually watching this. So sometimes here and there, their jargons might actually go above the head for them. Like if you want to actually explain this in a layman's language, like just in like 2 or 3 sentences, like what is this particular idea is all about. So we many of them got it, like exactly how it is actually solving the problem in identification theft, or it could be in certifications or verifications, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
it is solving that particular problem. Like if you want to actually put it in a layman's language, like how would you like actually put that forward?
Yeah, yes. As everyone know that right now the credential are issued in the physical format or a PDF file or a JPEG file. Okay, like a degree certificate which we get in the convocation ceremony or like or through poster. But that issuance of credential is subject to fraud and fudging of the documents. Okay, people fabricate those documents. People just modify those documents as per their vested interest. Okay, why it is possible? Because it is nowhere digital, and in our perception digital is something, a PDF file is digital, but actually PDF file or JPEG file is not a digital format.
Hmm.
A digital file is something which is encrypted. Even I share you the file, you should not be able to see the contents of the file unless and until I give the permission to you. That is the power of digital encryption in blockchain. And we thought that we required this solution in this education sector where everything is unorganized. So if the universities and edtech start issuing the credential on this blockchain platform, they will be sure enough that the credential will be safe, secure. It will not be fabricated. It will be immutable for hundreds of years. It will be in the same format. No one can alter it. The learner, the student, the recruiting agency, the company, the issuer, means the university also can retrieve the document at any moment of time with the typical consensus mechanism of protocol of blockchain. So in simple word, this is whole story of issuance of credential means certificate on platform, and verification of also that credential on the platform.
Fantastic,
So that is
fantastic.
the beauty of this concept, and we have started. We are in the last phase of MVP. In fact, our product is also more or less ready, and alpha beta testing is going on. We are also onboarding started onboarding fee of the education edtechs and universities for this EB testing.
Fantastic, fantastic. So you have put forward the whole idea in a very beautiful way so that anybody should be able to understand that. Fantastic. And what I really love about this technology as a blockchain, since I have actually worked with eminent people in industry also specifically with blockchain. So they say the beauty of this blockchain is transparency, and it could come to currency. Like for example, right now we are talking about digitization of the currency. It's not just about digitization of the currency in terms of like we are going cashless. Like if it sits in the account, it can be still be manipulated when it comes to numbers. But the beauty of blockchain, when we bring in blockchain as a currency, it can bring in that transparency that even if it is getting credited from one person to another person, so as you said, it is encrypted, the digitization is actually happening. And that's the beauty of the technology, that what we actually have it as a possibility, as it's actually the name itself is saying with the blockchains, right? So it's actually working with various different chains, but still the transparent is the transparency and authenticity can be kept open. And so that is a great niche, that what I really suggest you, that you have actually picked it up. It has a great future, and you also have a great vision for that as well to take it forward. So here is another question on a technological standpoint and team standpoint. So specifically, right now you come from a commerce background and you have learned blockchain, but is it like developing the product, right? So is it that you both started as co-founders, or did you hire technology people to take the support in terms of developing that? Like because usually I see that any startups or any system building journey initially is going to be in a chaotic mode, because you'll not knowing the roles of each individual. Everybody has to just be there and make it happen till it actually gets launched. So could you actually share a light on the team, or like the process of developing a product?
Yeah, good question, Kirtan. I really appreciate that you know a lot about the startup and their actual process. Many times people are not even acquainted of such type of journey and what the problem the startup is facing. I really appreciate that. And you rightly pointed out that see we find it we identified the problem, we build the solution in our mind, that is an ideation stage, but ultimately at the ground floor we need to implement the actual process.
True.
And there we lot many challenges. Definitely we we faced lot many challenges. How to build the website, how to build the backend content, what are the contents, blogging, network, content writing, the tech stack, who is going to develop that tech stack. We intervene more than 50 developer and consultants. See, I'm a commerce graduate. My second fellow engineer, he's an engineer but not in the coding part.
Hmm.
We are clear about the concept of blockchain, but we are not aware of the coding. We started reading about the coding also,
Hmm.
started reading all the contents on. We started meeting with the Canada guy, US guy, Europe guy, Australian guy, all technologies. In the COVID era, our meeting used to held in right at late night, 12 3 p.m 6 a.m in the morning, anytime in the COVID.
Hmm. Hmm.
Unfortunately, I was at home, so that's not a big problem. But we experimented all such type of interaction with lot many technical guys to understand what is the real problem and how the tech stack should be built.
Hmm.
So later on, we are very fortunate that we got a good development team, and they are developing something great. We identified it. We took their services. We are giving regularly our inputs, what are our requirement, and the POC interaction, the interaction daily. We are on the calls of Zoom meeting, and you'll be surprised that me and my consultant, even my founder, didn't meet in the last 5 months also at
Hmm.
the time
Hmm.
physically. Okay, so
Hmm.
everyone was e-connected,
Hmm.
but the things were moving very fast. So
Hmm.
that's the beauty of e-networking.
Hmm.
Okay, there is no stopping. In fact, we saved a lot of time and energy. At a single click of mouse, I used to connect to any technical super senior person also. He may be located at anywhere.
Hmm.
Or at one moment of time, we thought to have consultancy one of the very senior lawyer on
Hmm.
technical ground. So we directly connected to a Supreme Court advocate, and
Hmm.
he even responded very positively, and he attended a Zoom meeting too.
Hmm.
So we thought that okay, everyone is reachable. That initiative one need to take in a startup. One
Hmm.
should not hesitate it. of asking.
Hmm.
That good big message we got it.
Hmm.
That okay, as a startup, as an entrepreneur, you should be curious enough and you should take the initiative of asking someone.
Hmm.
Okay, you should not take it granted that okay, I'm not reachable, he's very big man, he's big person, how can I speak, how will I connect, whether he will respond. I tell you, I should share this fact, 98% of time we have been responded positively.
Absolutely. Wow.
So people are good. People are helping in nature. The only problem is we ourselves take that basic constraint in the mind. We are prejudiced. In fact, we are preoccupied with some notion that he may not help. He's not. He's not going to help. He will not respond. I was. We were fortunate. Everyone is responding.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
that was a very good part. The positive side of the business,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
startup. So
Fantastic.
this was, I
Fantastic.
thought, very important to share all the young entrepreneurs that three-letter word of ego should be totally kept aside.
Hmm.
Okay, that ego is sometimes it is a big hindrance for all the initiative.
Hmm.
One should just initiate in a positive way.
Hmm.
And the second one big assumption which I always recommend, guru mantra you may say, that assumption is one of the big reason of all miscommunication. When
Hmm.
we assume amongst us that okay, this thing will happen, it is the biggest miscommunication pathway.
Hmm.
So this was something from my side, Kirtan.
Fantastic, fantastic. So you gave a three-letter word, right? So which is actually a distraction in many people's life, which is ego, right? But you also gave another gold. I want to share it with the audience, which is also a three-letter word, right? Which is ask, ask, right? So get away with your ego and ask as many questions. Ask with people for a help, right? And there are a lot of good people, lot of great people out there, and right now I feel that, so we all need, like, we all know that we want to build this nation as a beautiful nation. And if you are with the right intent, I would suggest you, it's the same thing which is true with myself as well. Like, whenever I have asked a help for anybody, so wholeheartedly I have received support from, as you said, 90% or 98% of the time, right? So which means that there are beautiful people who are always there to support us, to take our journey to the next level. And in communication, you gave a golden nugget, which is actually about assumption. Assumption is the main reason for miscommunication, right? So we just assuming, no, it will not happen, or they might think that I'm just nothing, right? This is where people will be having the pre-notion about themselves, where lower self-esteem will be happening, right? So I think you added a huge lot of value, but because I was taking the golden nuggets, like you said about experimentation, exploration, learning mindset, right? So networking, right? On also having a mentor. So these are the five things. The sixth one you said about growth. So never to settle, as you said about the wife story, right? So never to settle, keep growing. You also went, even after having a fulfilling career in CA, you went for a growth, not to settle, to learn something more, something, a new dimension that you have never explored. You created a vision for yourself to solve a problem. Even after having great experience, you created a vision, right? That is the seventh one. The eighth one is that you shared about ask, right? So which is remove the ego and ask for a help, and you will definitely have people supporting you take your journey to the next level, right? Fantastic. So thank you so much. You have added a huge lot of value in this particular journey. So would you
Yeah,
be
here one
sharing?
thing, yes, here one thing definitely I like to add is that you should always take your family as a part of this journey. You will
Wow.
enjoy more.
Wow.
People, many time happens that people think that it is my journey, my
Hmm.
adventure, my risk, my startup. No, it's your family venture. Directly or indirectly, everyone is contributing to your venture. Your mummy, papa, brother, siblings, they may not be part of that venture. Okay, but unless and until they emotionally support you, you will not enjoy that journey. This is my role model actually. My
True.
better half, she's supporting me mentally. Okay, yes, you should do it. You should experiment it. My
Hmm.
brother, he's also a chartered accountant.
Hmm.
Okay, he also say, you do the experiment. I like it. I enjoy it. My parents are supporting. They are from agriculture background, but they think, okay, you are enjoying now. That's good, and you should keep on sharing with them also that such thing are doing, such is the difficulty, such is the problem we are facing. So even the family enjoy. Okay, you are sharing with them, so they think that we are a single part. So you, that is a very different thing. And one thing is very, because of lot of positivity which I have seen, not the COVID positivity, but the typical mindset of positivity which I have seen from the people, I have become so positive that right now I'm mentoring more than 15 startups.
Wow.
I'm a mentee also at the same time, and also doing the mentoring for more than 15 startups. I started, in fact, investing also in startups. So that is the interest and love I had developed in this segment. So this
Fantastic.
was something from my side.
Fantastic, fantastic. So thank you so much. So that was actually a value addition upon that, which is again family. Because I have heard this people saying this, right? So you put a right point for innovation or building a system or starting a startup or building, like when you are driving something in your home, right? You need a backbone, right? Without that, not having that particular thing, you will just be like crushed in the marketplace, because your own family is not with you. How can the whole market can be with you, right? Bringing an alignment with the family is a very important nature that innovator needs to build upon. And like one person just like I have seen this things happening. They are like fully outgoing, want to solve problem, really want to make, like have great vision, great dreams. But there are a lot of people who pull their legs in the house, gone, right? Nothing can be done. You study 100, not 1,000 books, but if somebody in the family is actually pulling your legs, then it will not happen. That is where I see that probably bringing people into the similar page, right? So where everybody is on similar note, that is where, like, this is exactly what I learned from my dad, is that, so do not just go, like he was not just sending me to the events, but he was also part of various events. The education of the whole family needs to be raised in such a level that it's not just one person just going and doing something, but the whole community or the whole family is involved in the journey of creation, in the journey of value addition, can be a beautiful work forward in that particular thing. Fantastic. So could you actually share, like specifically, this is something that what people have, right? So there will be bootstrapping, or there will be people who will be investing, like for example when you said about a website, so there will be a costing, so there will be a lot of other things, right? And immediately what people will be having is fear of failure, right? Like I invest so much, what if I fail, right? So how am I going to be answerable to all these people who trusted me, saying that this is going to be a next big thing? Like, so how do you actually communicate that with yourself? Like how do you actually overcome that particular process?
See, the failure is sometimes is a perception actually. Is
Hmm.
a failure is a staircase for all the future success also. It is very well said. Okay. And if you are doing all efforts and you are committed and there is a conviction, okay, even the project goes in the wrong way, it's not that you are responsible for it. Okay. It's the destiny sometimes the things don't happen in that way you predicted. It happens in a many of the time the startup is very different journey where sometimes the concept is too early or too late.
Hmm.
The exact timing matching is not possible. You are already aware of Amazon and Flipkart, but let me share you that eBay was the first time we started working on this digital platform of online e-commerce platform, but
Hmm.
it was too early.
Hmm.
But Amazon or Flipkart, they catch on the right time when the perception of Indians was on the online purchasing mode. So many of the startup encounter this problem. It's either too early or too late. So
Hmm.
we are nowhere. But that experiment, that conviction is very important. You should not be sorry about it. You should be honest to be yourself, first of all. Okay, don't ditch yourself. Your self-conscious will tell whether you have given your 100% or not.
Wow.
If you are giving 100% or not, you should be honest to your co-founder, the team. Okay, you are thinking something different, and what you are telling the ideas and ideology to your team overall is something very different. It is a mismatch. It will not justify. So it is always something honest to yourself and honest to your team members. Then whatever be the destiny, even the investor will be with you.
Hmm.
Investor, what the investors see, it is very, I have interacted with many of the investors. They see, we see 75% of time we see the conviction and dedication of the founder. Okay, at the startup stage.
Correct.
Okay, that is the thing they see at the time of investment. So they see your vision and your mission and your conviction.
True, true, true.
Okay, these are the things very important enough.
Fantastic, fantastic. So that was a great point which you actually added, which is
And
about
only thing, Kirtan, only thing, sorry to tell you, only thing people miss here is not a proper time management, just doing the lethargic way. A proper systematic time execution is very much required in startup. Okay, best thing is that you work a healthy lifestyle, a sporty lifestyle. I
Hmm.
should be happy to share that I daily play 1.5 hour lawn tennis. So that's building me for the whole day journey, charging me for the whole day. So
Hmm.
such combination is required for any adventure.
Hmm. So, which means that building yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, energy is very much important, along with managing your time for your success in the
Yeah.
startup world as well. Fantastic, fantastic. So we are almost closer to the end of this particular show. So we are 7 minutes more for for the as per the schedule right now. But we still learned a lot from you in this particular journey. So in this particular journey, if people have already a question, so kindly put it out in the community or in the chat box, so that I would be very happy to take down your questions for Mayurji here. So we already got 10 points. I'll be actually sharing all the 10 points that what we actually learnt it forward here, right? So yeah. So here is a question that from Ramya. So she asked so how risky for a graduate to attend civil exams? So with so just a minute. Yeah. So, how risky it is to actually get civil exams with no job? Like, for example, right now, this is a question from Ramya Reddy. So, she asked this question saying that, like, we are actually in this particular place where we do not have job, right? So, when we are actually going for a civil exam, so should we be keep on preparing for the civil exams without no job, or should we actually go for that? Like, I do not get the total context of that particular question, but this is exactly how it is written. So how risky for a graduate to attend civil exams with no job?
See, it is the actually SWOT analysis one need to do.
Hmm.
The inner strength and outer situations. Okay.
Hmm.
If you are confident that you are going to go through it, it's same with the CA also, no? That perception is also with the CA. Because unless and until the chartered accountancy tag is there, I am nowhere. I am a
Hmm.
simple BCom graduate.
Hmm.
Okay. So it's nothing new for the civil examination also. We try many times but we fail in this journey. It's
Hmm.
same with happening with the CA also, but I always say that some or other way, even at the time of pursuing the civil examination, what knowledge you gain, what ideology you gain, and where you can utilize. I have seen lot of entrepreneurs and businessmen required only good people. What is the definition of good people? They don't want sometime qualification. They want good people to execute the task or to do the work. They should have that acumen of understanding the business ideas, the business terms, how the functioning should be done, that vision. So they people sometimes don't look the qualification at all.
Hmm.
They are more concerned about the person conviction and his thinking and his vision and his acumen, whether he's ready to adapt to any situation. So even a civil examination will give lot of exposure to number of things that is good for you. You should enjoy it and you should be happy that I gain new knowledge, and that is valuable in the industry.
Fantastic, fantastic. So
Hope
which
I
means
answered, I justified the question.
yes. So just to put in the way, so you just shared about SWOT analysis. You just need to understand what are your strengths, what are your weakness, what is the opportunity here, what is the threat, because everybody's situation is different. The answer cannot be one single thing. So that is something that which is rightly put forward. And also you shared about that. See, in the process you might be successful or you might be failure, but ultimately what companies want today, whether you are a job seeker or job creator, is that what kind of a person you are, what is that it is building you, whether you do civil services or whether you do entrepreneurship or whether you do job, what kind of person you are becoming in that journey, and that's what more important output than the output itself, right? So that is a wonderful then you will not take failure as a failure. Like for example, if you are a failure in entrepreneurship, so you do not consider that as a failure because you are already becoming a wonderful human being. That's the beautiful result than the end result itself. We need both, but the thing is that the journey is more important, is what you have put forward. Sir, how to invest in right place and right time? So this is actually a question from Sharan Gowda. So how to invest in right place and right time?
See, right place and right time. Right place is not a question. I think right time may be a question that, okay, see, right place here, he may be asking in which company or which startup or in which situation. See, you have to understand the basic concept, what is the problem they are solving, whether the solution is there, and whether the solution is scalable, okay, and whether that venture, maybe a startup venture or business venture, is trying to solve a problem which is big enough, and we can invest in, there is some returns and there is a reward for it. It is beneficial. So sometimes it is a problem and solution, and how the your that product solutions you are building is scalable. These three things, if you are solving that matrix, if you are able to solve it, you can make a call of investment.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, so is there any other questions, guys? If you guys have questions, kindly put it forward. So many are typing it down. Thank you, sir. So we are learning a lot here. Yes, wow, inspiring, sir. And then yes, absolutely a blessing to be here live. So many people have actually typed it down. Fantastic. So great to have you here as well, guys. So it's also a blessing for us to actually share this evening with you live in this particular session. So it would be very very great as we move forward in this journey. So in this journey of inspiring innovators talk, if you have loved this, kindly share this with as many youths as possible, specifically because we will be sharing cat videos, dog videos, right? So let's the knowledge actually get forward into the place, because such kind of events we need to be actually hearing out only in big auditoriums today. But today, so it's just click of a button, you can actually have that kind of access in your mobile phone. So kindly make sure that if it has added any value to you in your life, make sure that you share it with as many people as possible. And so I'll be asking you a closing remarks on terms of like what is that you want to actually give it out for the whole youths here who have actually gathered here. I will be giving you a quick nugget what we have actually got as a gold here for the whole community here. So the first thing, as an innovator nature, the nature of an innovator when you are actually growing forward, be experimenting, be exploring, be a lifelong learner, network, associate with as many people as possible. That's the fourth one. Fifth one is have a mentor, right? Sixth one is keep growing, never settle. Seventh one is have vision towards what is that you want to create. Eighth one is remove the three-letter word ego and bring in ask, right? The ninth one is family, right? So involve your family in whatever you are doing. And the 10th one, so what you said about timing and growing yourself, building yourself from within, that's an absolute amazing value in this journey, because we had this conversation just before this particular thing that we are just going to go live and let's be a full on, and you have absolutely done an amazing work in adding value to the community. And right now in this particular session, if you are watching this on YouTube or Facebook or on my page or in College Innovators page, we will be dropping in Mayurji's social media handles. So kindly make sure that you follow him, you get connected with him, you get supports, or I definitely know for sure you would be very very happy in supporting in this particular journey as well, right? So a pleasure having you in this particular show, Mayurji. So what would be your closing remarks, or what is that you want to actually give out to the audience?
Now, first of all, I'd like to congratulate that you've taken the initiative. I just request all the young entrepreneurs to carry on their vision, do experiment, do network, have faith in themselves. Okay, we should build a positive environment amongst us in our country, and there is no constraint. We I should share that we are looking of many of the people, and there is big more demand than supply. People are always said that there are no jobs, no requirement, no friend. There are a lot many jobs, but people don't approach properly, people don't update themselves, people are not skill fully updated, and that's the main reason. So there is always a shortage of requirement, okay, now of the technical and able skill person. This is something big take you can take from my journey.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, Mayurji, for joining in. So, because it was reaching for you, also you are in complete busy schedule, but you still made it happen for this. Thank you so much, everyone who have actually joined in from College Innovators community and also in from KP community. Thank you, everyone
Thank you.
who would be coming in with more and more episodes to add more value from the people who have already done it. Let's build that positivity of inspiration, the positivity of innovation culture, and also the impact in the society. Look forward to join you all in the next episode of Inspiring Innovators Talk with Kirtan. Thank you all.
Okay. Good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.